Il faut avoir une économie forte. Ça, c'est nécessaire. C'est nécessaire pour les négociations avec les Américains, mais c'est nécessaire d'avoir des programmes de soins de santé, d'assurance médicale, des garderies et tout le filet social du Canada. Je suis un libéral. Pour les libéraux, il faut avoir les deux. Il faut avoir une économie forte. Et nous avons un plan, nous mettons en œuvre des initiatives afin d'avoir une économie forte, un Canada fort. Mais en même temps, il faut protéger les plus vulnérables dans notre société.
Donc, vous diriez que vous êtes au centre droit, c'est ça?
Oui, au centre, oui.
On va prendre une dernière question de la délégation avant de faire la question locale, s'il vous plaît.
Bonjour, M. Carney, c'est Fanny Olivier de Radio-Canada. Le chef conservateur Pierre Poilievre vous met au défi de participer au face-à-face de TVA. Est-ce que vous allez le faire?
Pourquoi pas?
Pourquoi pas?
Oui, pourquoi pas, oui. Il y aura des débats entre les chefs et tous les chefs, parce que si c'est TVA, c'est... Pour tous les débats, il faut avoir tous les chefs, alors M. Blanchet, puis M. Singh, Mme May, y compris M. Poilievre et moi-même, ouais.
Tout à l'heure, à ma collègue, vous avez dit qu'en ce moment, les dépenses croissent de 9 par année au sein de l'appareil gouvernemental. À combien précisément voudriez-vous fixer le seuil de croissance des dépenses de l'appareil d'État?
Merci pour votre question, mais c'est trop simple. C'est une question de le taux de croissance de l'économie et des d'autres dépenses. On ne peut pas... la gestion budgétaire, ce n'est pas aussi simple que ça. On dit, OK, c'est un point de pourcentage comme cela. Okay.
Et merci. Maintenant, pour les questions locales, s'il vous plaît. Local questions.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Patrick Porter, Radio-Canada, Acadie. En 2019, la plateforme du Parti libéral du Canada a promis, le parti a promis de se pencher sur la construction de gros projets d'infrastructure. Vous parlez beaucoup d'infrastructures ces temps-ci. On a fait mention spécifiquement de la construction d'un tunnel entre Terre-Neuve et le Labrador. Vendredi dernier, M. Champagne, il disait aux provinces, suggérez-nous des projets d'intérêt national pour stimuler l'économie.
Ouais.
Est-ce qu'un gouvernement Carney va construire ce tunnel évoqué il y a 6 ans?
Je n'étais pas là en 2019, mais j'étais là vendredi dernier avec tous les premiers ministres. Nous avons eu une bonne discussion sur des projets de l'intérêt national et le fédéral a déjà, ou nous sommes en train de mettre en œuvre des grands changements, comment nous soutenons des grands projets. Personne ne l'a mentionné, le tunnel, okay, pendant cette réunion, mais on verra. C'est une question. Il faut travailler ensemble. Okay? Ça, c'est un des messages. Il faut travailler ensemble. Les provinces, le fédéral, les peuples autochtones, tout cela. Alors, on attend des grands projets. Il y a beaucoup à ce moment-là, mais comme j'ai dit, personne ne l'a mentionné vendredi dernier.
Hier soir, il y avait des pêcheurs assez frustrés devant le Palais des Congrès à Saint-Jean. Est-ce que ça vous inquiète? Ce sont des gens qui viennent de l'extérieur de la ville, où il y a déjà une présence conservatrice à Terre-Neuve. Est-ce que ça vous inquiète? Est-ce que ça va être plus serré en région?
Pas du tout. C'est absolument approprié que les gens sont là pour exprimer leur frustration avec la situation. Et un des messages importants, et il faut que le ministère de pêcherie et d'océan est plus proche des pêcheurs. D'accord.
Dernière question, last question, please.
The second question. Look, it's entirely right that the harvesters were there yesterday. The Minister of Fisheries met with some of their representatives last evening. I understand their frustrations, given the situation in the water. Of course, they want a sustainable fishery, sustainable livelihoods, we're listening to their concerns. And what it underscores for me is, as I said last evening, the importance of the Department of Fisheries and Oceans being closer to the wharf. It's something that I had already asked the Minister of Fisheries to look at as a potential structural change in the department. We did a lot in 9 days since I was sworn in, but those structural changes take longer, and if we're re-elected, we will be looking at that very closely. Thank you.
Hi, Troy Turner, local CBC. Of course, fishery is the lifeblood of rural Newfoundland,
Yep.
and the population of rural parts of this province, as I'm sure the rest of the country, are decreasing dramatically. What can be done, I guess, in terms of policy to give these people, I guess, a viability into the future and hope that their communities won't die?
Well, I think there's a lot that needs to be done, okay? That's the first thing. So there's no one silver bullet. Part of the minimum is ensuring that the social services, the supports are there for these communities as well as they are developed in our cities, so that, for example, both parents can go to work, so there's access to childcare, so there's access to the health care that people deserve, all aspects of that health care. And then there's a fundamental issue, there's two sets of issues. There's issues around the lifeblood of these communities, as you just said, so a sustainable fishery. There are rural communities, your question referenced across the country, so sustainable farming and agricultural policies, including for supply management. And then as well, what are we doing? That's the question for us, and we'll be clear on this. What are we doing as our economy is changing to ensure that those changes benefit the rural economy? So one of the biggest changes over the next 10 years, it's not clear to me how much in a debate, TVA or wherever, this is going to come up, but how are we harnessing as a country, all parts of this country, and very much including the outports and rural Canada, harnessing artificial intelligence and what that brings to the benefit of people. And in order to do that, you can't just cut taxes and expect everything to happen. You have to work with the provinces and others to train people, bring them up, and move forward. Thank you.
This puts an end to our press conference. C'est ce qui m'a fait la conférence de presse. Thank you.
Can I take the one last question
Sure.
there? If I take the one last, just the look on your face made me, it was like, okay, sorry.
Just how I drew it up. Nick Mercer with the Telegram of St. John's. The only question I really had was why was it important for you to sort of start things off in Newfoundland and Labrador?
Thank you. Thanks for the question. Multiple reasons. One, the spirit, I'm going to start with today, the spirit of Gander and the spirit of this province and the people of the province is a model for our country. And I do believe that part of what this election is about is what kind of Canada are we building? Not just physically are we building, but as Canadians. And the best behaviors, modeling the best behaviors that we're there for each other during this time is important. And then, of course, at the same time, Newfoundland and Labrador, as elsewhere in the country, facing short-term challenges on affordability. What are we doing to address those head-on? And laid that out last night. But where are we going? Where are we going as a country? How do we take control of our destiny so we don't wake up and have to listen to the latest thing coming out of the White House? And we have a very clear plan to do that. I want to bring that to the people here and combine the two. A serious economic plan that's going to grow this economy, that's going to make us stronger as the Americans get weaker, that's going to put us in a better position, but it's going to grow jobs for everyone, with the spirit of Gander, since I'm here in Gander, with the spirit of Gander, the spirit of Canada. And that combination is incredibly powerful. So there was no better place to start this campaign, and I'm blessed. And my only regret is that the nature of these campaigns is that shortly I think I'm allowed to have lunch, which I'm looking forward to, and then shortly I'll be moving on from here. Thanks for your question. Thanks for coming. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.